Evening, should be saying good morning, but like the fool that I am, I forgot to shoot an intro for the video, and the weather lately has been terrible, so I've not had a chance to recreate the swim in the Thames scene. I better get this done quick because somebody is wrecking some photographs. Max? Excuse me. Max? What are you doing? You're going to tell everyone about car finance? No, didn't think so. Right, I better get on, get this video finished and get on to the next one. I will catch you soon. Yeah, this is the deep bit here. Oh, it's nice and chilly, but quite deep actually. I'm not even that far out. And you can't touch your bottom, but make the most of this being in the Thames.
You're going to come out and I'll get you walking out.
Oh, it's weird. They're literally, it's there.
Are you going to stop flailing around and do like a proper...
So just to show you a car that I have that is not been a great purchase really. It's going back, so I'll have to go the other side. But I'll just take this off. So we are in a Mini Clubman Estate Cooper. It has got every single extra you can get on a car. So we've got, start with this, we've got keyless start, we've got heads-up display, we have got, turn it off, it's the parking sensors, we've got special edition blue stitched leather seats, we have got park assist, we have got electric folding mirrors, we've got Hummer Cardan stereo. It's mad really, there's so many extras on this car. It was the ex-demonstrator in the garage and I bought it with a few thousand miles on, so it was ex-demo. It was probably about, I paid about 19,000 for it. It should have been over 30. It's crazy. And we financed this with a balloon payment. The balloon payment is 8,000. The car is worth a lot less than 8,000. So it going back, I've just had it in the body shop. I had the two wheels refurbed at the front, a scratch, someone's dented the back on the driveway, and someone's also scratched the other side. So it's had to have those things fixed on it. I'll talk you through the numbers when I get back in the house, but overall it's a nice car to drive. I think it's way too much money for what it is, and for what you can get for, if you were spending 30,000 on a car, you could get quite a nice second-hand Audi I mean, you could probably even get a used RS4 for about 30,000. I'll look it up in a minute. So yeah, it's going back. Been paying for it for 4 years. It's not really worth having anything different than this, being so close to London. People scratch cars and mark them all the time. You really need off-road parking or parking in a lockup. So yeah, I'll show you a quick video of the outside. One other thing I forgot to say as well is even the colour is an extra, so they're charging extra to have the different coloured roof with the bodywork and the different colour electric folding mirrors as well. Don't get me wrong, it's a very nice car to drive and it is a nice car overall, but you're in a Mini really. It's mad. I'm just checking quickly because I've already paid to have that bit replaced. I paid to have the wheels refurbed at the front because they were scratched quite badly, and these are all the things you'll get charged for from the finance company when you return the vehicle. So you've got to be really careful and mindful of that. You need to really check up on what they're going to charge you and for what. They charge for scuff wheels, dents over a certain size. I've had it in the local body shop because I didn't want to take too windy outside. I haven't got an external mic on this camera. Yeah, it's just not worth taking the risk. I've done it before and I got charged about £4,000 for a lease car I sent back, which has gone over the mileage. This has actually gone over the mileage as well. I haven't really driven it much, but my girlfriend has. I lost even more money on a Subaru Impreza that I had. I also lost money on a motorbike. Unless you're really in the more rare type classic vehicles or high-end Porsches, not just bog standard Cayennes or Caymans. You've got to be in GT4s, GT3s, things like that. You will lose a lot of money on vehicles. They are essentially completely depreciating and loss-making items. You just have to sort of balance the money that you're paying for it off against the enjoyment factor of driving the vehicle, and whether or not you think you can afford or you're happy to lose that sort of money. Generally with other things like property is a long-term appreciating asset. Some property doesn't appreciate as much as others. Some property depreciates quite badly, especially new builds. Property in deprived, slow growth areas does not generally do very well either. Property in the south grows quite quickly, but at the same time the cost of the property is generally, the mortgage is generally more than what you receive in rent a lot of the time. So some of them are very low yielding, if yielding at all. So I see these videos on YouTube all the time of people sort of making it sound like it's dead easy to make money or they are a property millionaire. It generally doesn't mean that. It means that they've got £1 million worth of mortgage, which actually isn't that difficult in the south or in London anymore. And it doesn't make them as much money as they make out. So anyway, I'll get back to let me get back to the house, and I've got to finish off some jobs there. Right, so I thought easier to explain in the house, a bit windy outside, about the car and the car situation. Just keep an eye on Weasel, which is the dog. Hang on a sec. Bear. Bear. Come on, out of there. Bear. Got in there. Right, I knew he'd be messing. Yeah, so the car is on a hire purchase agreement with a balloon payment. So it's a 4-year deal. I wish I hadn't got 4 years, because after about 2 years I realised that I didn't really like the car that much, and I'd rather have something a bit bigger and different. So sorry, dogs are licking my leg. So anyway, yes, I was sort of stuck with it. There's a couple of things that you can do to get out of them. I'll tell you what they are. So on a regulated hire purchase agreement, they've got halves and thirds rules. That means that if you've paid 50% of what's due on the finance agreement, you can actually give the car back to the finance company. It's called a voluntary termination. So they collect the car, take it back, and the finance agreement stops. So you can do that. That does go on your credit file. I've done it once before, about 15 years ago, so I don't really want to do it again, especially if I'm applying for a mortgage. But technically they can't hold it against you, and they're not supposed to use that in any sort of finance application. So yeah, I didn't really want to do that. I could part X the car in, but the car was being valued up at about £4,000 less than what the trade-in value was. So I couldn't do that, or I didn't want to take £4,000 of my own money and give it to the people on the car. 1 second. Just had to answer the phone. I'm back. So yeah, with the car, so the halves and thirds, give the car back after you've paid half, or if you've paid a third, they have to go to court to be able to repossess the vehicle from you. So yeah, so the other option was to hang on to it until it comes up to its 48-month point, instead of paying the £8,000 balloon payments, just to give the car back to the finance company. So that's what I'm going to do. Get something different, or not bother. I've got 3 cars at the moment. So I've got another car I can hang on to. So yeah, that's why the car is going back. I've not driven it anywhere. I barely drive as it is. So I don't really need much at the moment as it is. So yeah, I've either got to wait another few months, or I've got another 4 payments on it, or can ring them up and terminate it. I'll probably hang on, just wait until that balloon payment's due, and just call them and say, yeah, I don't want to pay the car. And then we'll go from there. So that is it. I thought it might help some people. As I explained in the video, it's all been in the body shop. It's all damages have been repaired and it's all ready to go. Like I said, it's one of the downsides of sort of parking it out on the street. And the other thing is, with the alloy wheels and everything as well, it's very easy to scuff wheels these days if you're parking on parallel streets. You've got to park so tight to the curb that generally you've got about that much clearance, and I haven't situated parked so tight to go back into the curb and then just get the car out of the space. But the wheels have all been done, it's all ready to go back, and yeah, that is it. So I will finish the video here. Hopefully that has been useful to some people, and we'll see you in the next one.